All right, we welcome all our viewers here in Nigeria and around the world. This is your Money Moves. I am Bosin Omofaye. We're live at the FMDQ studios in Lagos. Okay, let's get the show started. We begin in South Africa, where the country's inflation came in today better at 3.3% for the month of August, slightly lower than 3.5% in July and below economists' forecast of 3.6%, which was driven by softer fuel and food prices. Let's look at the statistics data. The surprise slowdown comes ahead of the Reserve Bank's rate decision on Thursday, the 18th, with analysts saying that the SARB could open the door to a 25 basis point cut as the economy struggles with weak growth in Africa's most advanced economy.
In trade news, the World Trade Organization has released its 2025 World Trade Report, warning that artificial intelligence could reshape global commerce. The study says AI may boost cross-border trade by nearly 40% by 2040, but only if countries bridge the digital divide, invest in skills, and keep markets open. Let's take a listen.
AI is already reshaping our economies and our societies. Though not without risks of its own, AI has the capacity to transform the ways we produce, consume, and trade. But one important question is whether AI will lift opportunities for all, or whether it will deepen existing inequalities and exclusion. This is the central question posed by this new report, entitled Making Trade and AI Work Together to the Benefit of All. The report builds on earlier WTO research, last year's World Trade Report on Trade and Inclusive Growth.
Finally, on news now, the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development has extended a 10.6 million euros loan to Egypt's GoBus for transport, the country's first private intercity bus operator, to fund the launch of a new electric fleet. The financing, backed by a 10% first loss risk cover from the European Union under its EFSD Plus guarantee program, will support the acquisition of up to 30 electric buses, along with microbuses and service vehicles. The move is expected to cut emissions, reduce congestion, and promote cleaner, sustainable transport across Egypt.
Go straight into the trading day just to check how the market is performing this third session for the week around 14:19 GMT. Bring up the numbers. The Nigeria's equities market returned to positive very strongly today, down by 0.1% on Tuesday. That moved into positive territory today by 0.35%. The NGX All-Share Index crossed into the 142,000 region. The BRVM in Cote d'Ivoire remained a soft 0.37%. The Nairobi stock market also remained skittish below the 178 where we finished off on Tuesday, down today by 0.26%, roughly a quarter of a percent. The Egyptian market is heading towards 35,000, up 0.38% after a positive start on Monday. The GSE rose today 0.39%. You saw the earnings from Momentum, and the deal that ProSource is doing is making to get further consolidation of its operations. So some of the earnings and corporate news flow into trading activities on the GSE, 105,297 on the all-share index. The SEMDEX remained positive, slightly smaller in size than we saw earlier in the week, 0.06 today in Mauritius, while the Zimbabwean stock market finished in the red, 207.46 by 0.37%. Let's go to the commodities. You got the news just this afternoon, about an hour or so ago. The Energy Information Agency of the United States talking about the U.S. crude inventories sharply lower for last week. That's about 2.68 million barrels that per day. That was the latest figure. And of course, that flew into oil market with prices now for the US WTI around 64.18, around 12.55 GMT. The London Brent was printing about 0.42% in the red at 68.18. We'll look at the rest of that. Hope pricing also of the rate cut by the U.S. Fed later today, 7 p.m. Nigerian time. A formal press briefing is expected 7:30 West African time by Jerome Powell, the head of the FOMC. At least 25 basis points is what the markets already priced in. And that's part of the commodity markets data we're tracking for everyone. Let's get back together on the show tomorrow. That's your Money Moves Wednesday. Tomorrow, Thursday, the 18th, we expect South Africa's interest rate decision also on the show. Keep eye on that. From me and the rest of the team at Frontier Africa Reports at the FMDQ studios in Lagos, we say thank you for watching, and we'll see you very soon.